So we're trying something new or refurbishing something that I did before, but now I'm new. I'm a new person every day. Using my own deck, I am gonna pull cards for a collective in the physical because I feel you, and that's why I'm reading because I don't know. What. All right, we're just gonna pull 3 cards to start off with. Um, Very recent past, we have a focus on physical vitality being a reflection of our spiritual attunement or refinement. We have put ourselves into stressful places within our body, even pushing our body to the point of um, the ideal form, possibly even some sort of obsession with weight loss or weight management or muscle mass or what the most refined version of your body could be, and thinking that was vitality. But now there's a new understanding of vitality in the energy of the body is so subtle, and making sure reading, listening to the fascia, listening to the whisper of the body, and aligning to Mother Earth to find that equilibrium has nothing to do with muscle mass and weight loss. Um, Vitality has everything to do with the energetic pathways within the body. These energetic pathways, of course, inform the muscles and the functions of the body, the organs, the organ systems. All of these things give a clue to the form, but the energy is endless when you're doing it this way. So the refinement is also understanding not to push so hard, to make sure that the rest is listened for. Like, when is it time to give rest? And what kind of rest is it? Is it a yin yoga class rest, or is it an actual sleep rest? Maybe there's actually a need for a massage. What kind of rest? I recently started to work with trauma release exercises. That's a nervous system release protocol, and that's it rests my body. My body gets rest from it. Different ways of looking at the vitality through more of an energetic standpoint rather than an exercise and fitness standpoint. So it takes the stress out of being well. Uh, and there's this easy place to be comfortable in the body, and not needing to overextend, exercise wise, or dieting or any of that other stuff. Um, the next card is the present card. What's happening right now? What's the focus right now in the collective? And it's kind of reflecting who you are in relationship to all of the communities that you're involved with and all the communities that you don't choose. Who are you in relationships, but not as a singular person, but kind of like as an energetic entity? You know, So you live in a certain area, you live in a certain area in a city, and then where's that city? That city's, in the mountains, near the ocean, on the plains, in the desert. Where are you? Where are you? And how you're integrating within the land, the Gaia placement, how your DNA is that key for that particular place. How also are you in relationship to all the other life forms right around you? Um, how conscious, the consciousness that you have is developing, refining, and you're able to hear and listen with more acuity to relationships that you hadn't even noticed before, like the trees, like nature, like walking on Gaia and actually feeling the energy of the planet coming to mingle with your energy as it goes down, and how that vibrational resonance informs the communities that you're moving through towards, and also breaking down barriers that you have erected prior to now in kind of judgment and exclusion. This was more of a self-preservation kind of thing because of your sensitivities. Right now, the stability of the vitality in the body and the ability to ground with consciousness into the planet has made it possible for you as a conscious being to be more involved and more available in communities that formerly you might have turned away from, because you weren't able to ground as easily. You got swept away by drama and too sensitive to be in very big groups, and you didn't even know that. Really, you just would get exhausted and go home and be like, wow, that was a great party. But in reality it was just too draining, because you didn't have the practice or the understanding of needing to connect to Gaia, and the activity of being an antenna for the energies is all about what you're receiving, but also how you're grounding, right? So, like the antennas we put into Gaia to collect lightning strikes. That's kind of how I see that. And I don't know if that resonates. Whatever, is said here, take what resonates and do refine for your specific story, because what we're about in this is how many ways can we refine our perspective or broaden our perspective to include more of who we are. Um, a lot of times, well, every time, perspective is filtered through experience of this incarnation, but we are beginning to really understand that we are much more than just this one definition of life in this body. And how is it that we can pull back from the filter that we have created this time around and give wiggle room for different ways of expressing or different truths that become apparent. And this is a big part of what's happening right now in the focus, there's an ease um, to the expansion of what you're feeling right now, and how um, as much as it's scary to be more involved and to come out of your isolation, there the connections are inspirational, and you're being encouraged to be very brave right now. I have one more card. Oh, it's another health card, but it's the Zero card, which is always an interesting card to explain, but I feel like this community is going to get it. I The Zero card is the step before the beginning. It is the absolute space of potential. Maybe I keep hearing this term 0 point, right? But it's really hard to conceptualize 0 point in language. The best way that well, not the best, but one of the ways to explain is kind of like plasma in space, being part of all of it at once and nothing at the same time. But that gives the possibility of all choices, and there's no limit. Um, Another way of thinking about it is just the earth itself, and you are the person who's going to plant a seed, and you have all of this land to plant something. There's so many choices, so many possible. What are you going to plant? Where are you going to plant? Are you going to put it in the field? Are you going to plant a tree? Are you going to need a lot of water, a lot of light? Oh, maybe it's dry, you need to be in the desert. I mean, the interesting thing about this card is that it's also a health card, which exemplifies the release of limiting ideas around the body definition of health, to incorporate, to stretch into more of a quantum idea, to release the confining idea of this, that actually the skin and the bones and the muscles are the end of the definition of your beingness. There is so much expansion uh, um, available in our ability to conceptualize who we are becoming, where we are going. And if you look at all three of these cards, we do have a theme that this last card is exemplifying, where we are redefining how our body is vital, and in that redefining our connection to Mother and our relationship with all other sentient beings, including Gaia. And as we're going through all of these shifts, there is this 0 point creative, all possible choice as the next step. I find that extremely invigorating to sit with, and I appreciate the time that we've taken to record this reading. This is number one. I'll be interested to hear what you have to say. I feel like leaving a comment is going to refine the reading to reflect the community that is here for this reading. Thank you. I appreciate you.